Good evening and welcome to the West Report. I'm Brett Scalar, and our lead story tonight is reporter Mitch Weinraub's interview with Governor Kane last Thursday.
Hello, I'm here with Governor Kane, Governor of the state of New Jersey. Governor, will you please tell our viewers the reasons behind this executive order dealing with the Holocaust?
Yeah, this was an executive order I originally signed a couple of years ago to create a commission to design a curriculum that the schools could use to teach about the Holocaust so that students could understand it, could think of ways to prevent something that horrible ever happening in the future, and so it could be a part of children's education in the state of New Jersey. And they've done a lot of work so far. They want to continue their work, and what I signed here at the school was an extension of that executive order so that commission of citizens can continue their work.
Why did you choose to sign this in a high school rather than in your office or somewhere in Trenton?
Well, I thought it was much more appropriate in the first place. This is something that is done in the schools, and so the school is an appropriate place to sign it. Secondly, I'm a former teacher, and every month I try to get into at least one school with some event or teach a class or find out a little bit about education in that area. And it seemed to me that coming here fitted in with that kind of program. And third, the school has already a very good history department, social studies department, and a very good program already working in this area. So it was also a recognition of the excellence of this particular school and the programs that were going on here.
New Jersey is among the highest in the country in cost per pupil and standardized test scores. What do you think are the reasons behind this, and what are you doing to further improve the education in the state?
Well, any number of things. We're the highest on per pupil expenditures. I'm not sure all the money is going the right places. I, for instance, feel in New Jersey we're not number one or even close to it in teacher salaries. I happen to think for beginning teachers, if we're going to continue to attract good teachers in to replace ones that may be retiring, that we've got to increase salaries at the entry level. And so I've got a proposal to increase teacher salaries at the entry level to $18,500. I've also got proposals to ease entry into the teaching profession. If somebody's, for instance, works with computers in business and wants to come teach computer at a high school, I think we should make it easy for them to come into the classroom to give that knowledge that they've gained over the years to students. If somebody's teaching in a non-public school and wants to transfer to a public school and brings with them 10 or 15 years of teaching, I think we ought to make that transition easier. So we're working on ways to help people who have skills they can bring into the public school to get into the public school and communicate those skills.
So you do approve the measures to allow teachers that don't have an actual teaching certificate?
Yes, I do. As long as there are an alternate route set up. I would never approve just of somebody stepping off the street and teaching a class. But somebody who's already got a skill in an area, somebody who can pass a test in the subject matter they're going to teach, somebody who's willing to undergo a year of probation working in that school at which they can be evaluated. If at the end of that time they're evaluated as a good teacher who can certainly add something to that school and that classroom, then yes, I think they ought to be able to come in without any more formal instruction in the art of teaching.
Okay.
Of teaching.
Okay, thank you. Lastly, I'm treasurer of Theater Workshop, and I'd like to present you with 2 tickets to Friday night's show of Don't Drink the Water, which is presented here at our school.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. I look at my schedule. If there was any way for me to make it, although, to be honest with you, I think I have to be out of state on Friday, but if I'm not for any reason, I'd certainly like to be there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
A special documentary on the governor's visit will follow the junior news.
Secondly, in the news tonight, last week, senior Vicky Wu was named to the All-South Jersey Field Hockey First Team. She also received honors in Group 4 and Olympic Conference. Her dedication and outstanding goaltending enabled her to achieve this recognition, as it is considered to be the highest award received in her high school career.
Our film critic Neil Levin has some interesting views on the movie Supergirl.
The ads for the movie Supergirl tell you that this is her first great adventure. Her first real dumb adventure is more like it. Helen Slater plays Superman's cousin Kara, better known as Supergirl. She must go to Earth to find a mysterious object that will save her dying world. So, much to the dismay of her mother, Mia Farrow, and her father, she leaves her little city in the stars in a fake-looking spaceship. She has many so-called adventures on Earth, such as battling a tractor, fighting thugs, flying upside down, falling in love with a gardener, played by no-talent Hart Bachner, and trying on a bra. But her greatest challenge is to stop the evil sorceress Selena, played well by Faye Dunaway, from taking over the world with the help of this mysterious object from Krypton. This is all well and good, but the film just doesn't work. There are some good effects, but for every good effect, there are 3 that are really awful. The flying looks so mechanical that you can almost see the wires. The film also makes way too many attempts at humor, and they all fail miserably. And the Playtex Bad Acting Award goes to Brenda Vaccaro, who is so offensive and so annoying that you want to run screaming for the exits every time she appears on screen. There are some nice performances by Slater and Peter Cook, and Dunaway is terrific, and Peter O'Toole overacts shamelessly. There are no offensive words or excessive violence, so Supergirl is a good film for kids, if you can keep them awake. On my scale of 1 to 10, I give Supergirl a 3. Thank you, and until next time, I'll see you at the snack bar.
We found out this week that the spring musical for this year will be No No Nanette. Auditions will take place January 2nd to January 4th. And finally, the English department is sponsoring a poinsettia sale for their scholarship fund. Poinsettias will be ordered through homeroom and will cost $4.50. Thank you for watching the West Report. Tune in next week at the same time. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening and welcome to Eastcast. I'm Marian Simikowski along with Lisa Katz, presenting you with this evening's news. On the music scene, a special congratulations goes to our marching band for their fabulous display at the 27th Annual Millville Holiday Parade, which was held Saturday, November 24th. The marching band was awarded first place prize out of 45 units. This prize includes a trophy and $500 cash. Congratulations to the entire marching band for a fantastic season. Congratulations also goes to the cast and crew of Barefoot in the Park. East's first triple cast play was the talk of the early week. Robert D. Nation directed the play and Thomas Weaver did set construction. Tomorrow, the Bells of East and the Madrigal Singers will perform at East at 8 p.m. in the auditorium. The groups are doing a scene from an Elizabethan holiday dinner with all of the trimmings and appropriate music. The Song of Democracy, a major work based on Walt Whitman's Memories of Public School, will be presented. The traditional finale is the Hallelujah Chorus from Handel's Messiah and the Israeli folk arrangement by staff member Eugene McGill. All are welcome to hear some fine music and to get into the festive spirit. We will bring you this holiday program on channel B15. The regular networks have a number of new programs this season. Elliot Gould is a madcap comedian who gained fame from the film version of MASH. Kim Schlegel reviewed his new comedy, ER.
ER is a new 30-minute show which airs on Channel 10 at 8:30 on Tuesday evenings. ER is a situation comedy starring Elliot Gould as Dr. Scheinfeld. Gould uses much humor in the emergency room. People come to him with various problems ranging from a cut finger to very serious illnesses. For example, in the first episode, a teenage girl came to him claiming she was constipated, when in reality, she was in her 9th month of pregnancy. In the second episode, a child came in suffering brain damage because of being beaten by his parents. Gould has a supporting cast, which consists of a female doctor, played by Mary McDonnell, many emergency room nurses, and a very funny orderly. ER's competition is Three's a Crowd on Channel 6 and The A-Team on Channel 3. Both are popular shows, but I feel ER will attract more of an older crowd. The other two shows will attract more kids. But that's another reason why I feel that because of ER's time slot, it will not go over as well. Don't expect to see ER on too much longer. This is Allison Brodnick for Eastcast.
Tomorrow is the last day to donate clothing to East for the Goodwill collection.
Special thanks to the student government chairperson, Judy Alpin, for this worthwhile activity. Thanks to all who helped with this cause. This year's Demogorgon, the Fine Arts magazine, is sure to be a winner. If you have poetry, short story, or any other written work, this is the year to have them published. But don't procrastinate. The deadline is December 15th. Artists, you also can get in on the act too. Just make sure your work is well labeled. And turn any submissions in to Mr. Cook in FO91 or see Laura Brodsky. Eastside Holiday issue, again, will come out at the end of the month. If you would like to put an ad in the paper to a loved one, friend, foe, or teacher, just write it down and submit it to the Eastside office located in the library. Yearbooks will be on sale until December 12th. The cost is $25, and checks will only be accepted. You can purchase your yearbook in the yearbook office, before homeroom, after school, or during 8th period. Student ads are also on sale, costing $1 a line. Don't forget that this is the only time to purchase your yearbook. They will not be sold at the end of the year, so act now. On Monday, East and West will join together for the annual FOP Christmas party for children. Senior Lisa Marsh is the overall chairperson for the party. She spoke with her committee chairpersons, Jeff Chase and Kelly Kuzak, about the progress of the plans for Monday.
I'm here with Jeff Chase and Kelly Kuzak, co-chair people for the FOP and Rotary Christmas Party. For those of us who are unfamiliar with the FOP Christmas Party, what does it involve, Jeff?
Well, it's a party for about 1,000 handicapped individuals who wouldn't normally have a Christmas, but we throw a party for them so they have something to do.
What does the preparation for the party involve?
Well, we have about 150 East students who make snowflakes and stars and other table decorations and things like that.
Kelly, is there anything new in decorations this year?
We tried to add some originality to our centerpieces and table decorations. We're adding balloons to the chairs, and we're hanging stars all over the ceiling to give it a sky effect.
I know all of us that are involved this year with the FOP and Rotary Christmas Party have been finding it rewarding, and we'll find it rewarding next Monday when we see the smiles of the children. For Eastcast, this is Lisa Marsh.
The boys of debate are back and stronger than ever. Last week at the season opener, they executed an astounding double victory over the battered Lenape and Woodbury with scores of 45-28 and 29-25. Team captain Eric Simonoff says it looks like another smashing season. The speech team had its first organizational meeting last week. If anyone is interested in joining, please see me in homeroom B149. Members participate in public speaking meets held at various high schools and attempt to make it to national finals, which will be held in Florida this year. Much experience is gained and many friends are made by being active in public speaking, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. The Spanish Club here at East is keeping active as they plan a special day at Beck School on Friday, December 14th. Members of the Spanish Club are planning to go to Beck and instruct the students on piñata making. They will break a piñata, sing carols, and have refreshments. Advisor Mr. Burgess is looking forward to the special day and anticipates a large turnout. One of the most challenging things to do is write. If you enjoy writing, then I have a club for you, the Creative Writing Club, directed by Mr. Lavoie. The club meets every Wednesday at 2:30 and B246. It began on November 14th. So get those pencils working. See Mr. Lavoie for more information. We would like to congratulate Gary Vinkov, Terry Koenig, and Eric Simonoff, who were honored in the Sunday's Philadelphia Inquirer for their writing accomplishments. Are you looking for a holiday gift for a friend? Why not buy a sweatshirt or an East sweater in our school store? Kevin Wolf spoke with coordinator Chuck Martine and student manager Sue Neff, showed us some of the items sold every day.
I'm here with Mr. Martine, the distributive education coordinator and the advisor of the school store. Mr. Martine, we know you're in the business department. What subjects do you teach?
Well, I teach also social business subjects such as business law and introduction to business, along with marketing and distributive education.
What is the purpose of the school store?
Well, the purpose of the school store is to allow the distributive education students to gain practical experience in retailing. The students order their merchandise, check the merchandise in, sell the merchandise, take inventory, operate the cash register. So it gives the students an opportunity to have hands-on experience in retailing.
What kinds of items are sold at the school store, and does the school profit off any of them?
The school store carries a variety of merchandise, from jackets to cougar shirts to sweatshirts. We also carry computer discs, gym bags. We try to serve the needs of the population of Cherry Hill East. We also carry candy, which is sold in the afternoon.
Has any parent ever complained about the junk food being sold here?
Oh, we really have no problem. New Jersey state law prohibits the sale of candy to after the lunch lines have closed. So after the lunch lines close at the end of sixth period, that's when candy is sold. So there's really no problem.
What about advertisement? Are there posters around the school or announcements during homeroom?
Yes, the students, depending on the type of merchandise or the time of year, organize sales campaigns. They make up their own advertisements to use in the morning, and they also do make posters, and also we put advertisements in the Cherry Hill News that the students designed.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. It's been Kevin Wolf for Eastcast.
In January, we will bring you the highly praised series, Bits and Bytes, TV Ontario's 12-part series on basic computer literacy. The series will include such topics as ready-made programs, data storage, games, graphics, and music. A drill lesson, practice disc, and research guide will be available in school libraries. We will give you the exact time and dates later on this month.
A final reminder that all subject level changes must be made by January 4th. The interim period ends on December 11th. Interims will be received by parents on December 19th. Be sure to watch College Bound on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. on Channel B15. Tomorrow's show will be Transfer Students. Tuesdays will be Computers and You. On the sports scene, this year's ice hockey team remains undefeated. This is the first season that the team is playing without many of its stars. They lost Bill and Ed Hoffman, Bob McConnell, and many others due to graduation. This year's team has a great chance of becoming #1 in the Delaware Valley. The senior players are looking for a great year. They won over the rival team, Cheltenham High School. On Monday, the ice hockey team beat Bishop Eustace. The 3-2 victory increased the team's record to 11-0. The first 2 goals were scored by Todd Lair and Mike Black. Assists were given to Jeff Cook and Mike Curley. Jeff Cook scored the winning goal on a slap shot from the point with 5 seconds left in the game. Jamie Leach assisted on Cook's goal. Good defense was credited to Mark Chase, Steve Hollander, and Mark DeGrossa. Great goaltending by David Katz, who stopped 22 shots.
This year's bowling team and intramural group are shaping up. Don Witzig is the head coach. The tryouts were held this past week, and some promising new faces came out. The team had their physicals and are ready to bowl. This year's wrestling team, again under the direction of Mr. McAleer, is seeking candidates. The wrestling team has always been one of the great sports at East. If you would like to wrestle and think you could be a candidate, please see Mr. McAleer. He'll be glad to talk to you. We'll bring you all the winter sports on B15. Well, that's it for the first week of December. Thank you for joining Mary Anson McCaskey and me, Lisa Katz, for Eastcast. Stay tuned for Governor Key's visit to Cherry Hill West, which will follow the junior high school news.
Good evening, this is Melissa Bernstein, and welcome back to another edition of Brainerd News. Last night, December 4th, was Brainerd's annual winter concert. They had a great turnout, and we'd like to congratulate all the participants. We here at Brainerd News hope to have some tape on the concert next week. And now here's Joanne Harris with the special days in December. Joanne?
Thank you, Melissa. Well, here it is December already. I sure hope everybody's used to being back from summer vacation, because we're right in the middle of the school year. December is loaded with activities. Winter begins on December 21st, and that is also the day with the least amount of sunlight. A big activity for Brainerd students is our annual holiday social, which will be held on December 14th. In December, there were 9 states admitted to the Union. The 3 Midwestern states were Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa. The 3 southern states were Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas. And the 3 tri-state area states were Pennsylvania, Delaware, and our own state of New Jersey. An important day, remembered by generations before us, was that day of infamy when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. This year is Pearl Harbor's Day, 43rd anniversary. Hanukkah begins on December 19th and it ends on the 26th. Christmas recess begins on December 21st and lasts up until January 1st. The last day in December is New Year's Eve, December 31st. And that wraps it up for December and for 1984. Melissa?
Thank you, Joanne. The guidance counselors will be available for evening conferences on Wednesday, December 12th from 7 to 9. These conferences are being held for those parents who have a need to meet with their child's counselor but cannot do so during the school day. If you would like to make an appointment, you are expected to call 667-1220 and ask for the guidance department. PTA membership enrollment is never over, so if you have not yet become a member of the PTA, we invite you to do so. By joining the Brainerd PTA, you also become a member of the New Jersey and the National PTA. The main goal of these organizations is to safeguard the welfare of all children. If you would like to join, the dues are $2 a person. Please make checks payable to Brainerd PTA. And now here's Melanie Candeloy with coverage of our 8th grade awards assembly. Melanie?
Thank you, Melissa. Our 8th grade awards assembly took place on November 29th to award the soccer team, field hockey team, and the intramural champions. We have here Dr. Carusi accepting the Varsity Soccer Award. Let's listen in.
2 years ago, we received the first championship award. It was a great deal of pleasure that we were able to start sort of a hall of fame. I don't know whether you've noticed this in our hallways, so that we can keep forever in the school some of the memories that you have given us. Certainly today we will arrange for some pictures of the team, of this presentation, and keep this moment alive in our school forever. Also, one of the great pleasures is to go on, as young people go on to high school and other areas of life, to see the continuing accomplishments. 2 years ago, that team that won the championship now represents the nucleus of a very, very strong Cherry Hill West soccer team as sophomores. And I look forward to this group of young people going over to High School West and continuing a very fine, fine soccer tradition. Thank you.
And now here's a group shot of that champion Brainerd soccer team. Now let's listen in on Coach McDonald accepting the 8th grade field hockey award.
Girls don't start field hockey until they get here in the 7th grade. And if you could see the progress that our team has made in the 7th grade and the 8th grade, you could really appreciate it. We scored 21 goals this year, and if you know anything about field hockey, that's quite a few goals, because there are a lot of low-scoring games. The girls really worked hard. The end of the season, I think the last 8 games, well, we weren't beaten, but we only had 2 goals scored against us in the last 8 games, which is really an accomplishment for the girls. They really worked hard. I think the highlight of the season was near the end. We went over to Beck, and Beck hadn't been beaten since we beat them early in the season, and they were looking forward to really running us into the ground. And the game went on. It was a 50-minute game, and about 45 minutes of it was really well played, but there was no score. It was 0-0. And then, if you basketball fans can picture Moses Malone taking a rebound and throwing it a long pass to Dr. J, 3 fast breaks. In 5 minutes, we scored 3 goals on Beck, and it was really exciting. I've been in sports a long time, and that's one of the most exciting 5 minutes I've ever seen.
And now here's a group shot of that field hockey team. Also during the assembly, we honored the 8th grade intramural champions. Here's Mr. Grimaldi announcing the winners.
Girls champions this year are the girls from 8-6, Mrs. Feely's homeroom.
And here's Dr. Carusi presenting the award to Dina Mahalan for Mrs. Feely's homeroom team.
In the boys division, after a hard-fought season, the boys from Mrs. Prude's homeroom turned out to be the champions. So if I may have a representative from Mrs. Prude's homeroom.
And now, here's Josh Rapport and Mike Wilder accepting the award for their team from Mrs. Prude's homeroom. At the end, we had our annual teacher versus student volleyball game. Here's some footage of that game. Here's the shot of the teachers that played. And here's the students. The action during the whole game was fast and furious. And during the whole first half, the students were scoring and scoring and scoring. But in the second half, it was the teachers that were scoring and scoring and scoring. And here's the final score for the outcome of that game. We'd like to congratulate the teachers and all the students that participated in this game. And now we go back to Melissa.
Thank you, Melanie. Well, that's it for Brainerd News. We hope you enjoyed our show, and we'll see you next week. This is Melissa Bernstein. Good night.